Hi there! This is ThinkThing22 and welcome to my first episode of my Minecraft Let's Build series. Today will be part 1 of the lumber mill. I hope you enjoy and find inspiration in my creations. With that, let's begin! So first thing I did was build this little base area where I had a chest and a crafting table in order to keep all my resources in the same place. Then I was like, I need to clear out the rest of this area. So I made a flint and stone and I went and burned down the rest of the trees. This didn't take too long, however it was fun to watch, so I kept it recording. I am using codes commands right now to keep it bright and sunny. So you can see that I'm not flying around and I have to keep running around and use a chest for resources. The reason for this? I'm in survival mode. And in future builds, I plan on using creative mode because it's easier. See, in survival mode, I ran out of resources and I realized, hey wait, I need my nether brick. So I went and got that and put it in my chest. I realized I'm going to need a second chest soon, so I'll build that later. So now I'm mapping out the area. Luckily I have the person recording me can fly, so I was able to see it from a top-down view, but I constantly check between the computers. So right now I'm building out the little land work for kind of like the walls around it. So this is going to be the platform that's on. And it's great when you're building to have like a flat ground to work on. It just makes it so much easier. And I realized, there we go, I need more resources and another chest to hold these resources. I run and go get them. It's going to take me a second. I'm very slow, I'm sorry. So I come back and I'm like, okay, I got my bricks. I got everything I need. Let's get back to work. So I'm building the walls. I realized that I maybe made it too long because I do have it written down on paper where I want everything to be located. And if I made it that long, it would really go all the way to where the farm would be, which is just behind the lumber mill. You'll see when it's done. Now, I finally get to the height I want. I want it high enough to where it's above the water and it kind of like sets a wall against it. Now start building the ground. Now I'm using stone slabs to give it that kind of white and gray look right now. Trust me, the building's not going to be all white and gray, but this keeps it looking all neat and fine. You see me frozen here because the recording I'm using right now, every 20 minutes it cuts because of the realms. I'm using realms right now to play it online with friends. This is because this was in survival mode, and I realize you can't get rid of that time delay. You try and use the command, but in realms they don't let you use it. So every 20 minutes I get disconnected. In future recordings I'm going to try and work around that, but for this lumber mill recording I can't get around it. So I'm building, and I'm building the entrance right now. I'm a bit bad with math because I can't fly around and look at it. I'm trying to calculate and find the distance. I realize if I make it that wide, it's going to be way too wide and not long enough. So I end up making it, I believe, about 14, 16 wide. So I finally get the distance and width I like. I'm like, okay, now I gotta build the length. And you can see if I made it all the way wide, it would be more like a square, and I want it to look more like a rectangle. Because in the final product, it has a side building come on the side of it and just look really weird if it was more of a square. So now I'm building the second level platform. So the bottom platform is where everything's going to be kind of on a nice little walk area. This is the platform that I'm building right now. It's for the lumber mill just itself. You'll see when it's done, and I think it came out beautiful. Now I'm building the wooden kind of balcony area that's like the entrance. So I'm using just oak planes for this. Very simple and cheap. Again, this was in survival mode, so I couldn't get all fancy with my wood. The only wood I had was, I just got dark oak, I have spruce, I got oak, and I believe that's all I have for now. I'm using fence posts to kind of make a little nice balcony area where the farmer can come out and take a nice little rest. He's not really a farmer, more like a lumber mill guy. He come out, take a rest, sees the area. You see, that's the front of the building I'm building right now, and behind it's the back. Back there will be the farms, and the front of the building will be more like a military base outpost storage area, because I plan on making a trade center kind of bit north. So as we cut, you can see me filling in the ground. This took a while in survival, and I believe I fell a few times. Hopefully, yep, I fell just right there. I fell probably about 3 or 4 times. Not too good. There's the second fall. There's the third fall. How many more I can do more? I'm pretty sure there might be one more fall. It's really hard to see where you're building and trying to be quick at the same time. So I think I'm almost done. Maybe one more fall. Yep, there we go. 4 falls. Any more? No. Okay. And there I was just like, just finish up already. So I did make that crafting table because I had a bunch of wood in my inventory, but I didn't have a bunch of wood planks. Now I'm trying to design the entrance, and I want to make the like spruce doors. I thought that would look pretty cool, and I decided to make them pointing inward because if I made them come outward, it would just take up too much room. Now I drew what I want the lumber mill to look like on paper, but then you realize really quickly that if you have just a sketch, it's kind of hard to translate that into Minecraft. So I got this like kind of entrance right here. I was kind of debating, should I use wooden stairs or wooden stones right there, and I feel like keeping it just wood and flat keeps it very defined, 3D looking. It doesn't make it look all the same. So here I'm like, those food stores that probably don't look too good. They take up too much room. I think I may come back and add them in the end. I can't remember. The product's already finished. I'm about to split up into 2 parts because the recording would be too long for you guys. There we go. Made the spruce walls. Now we're adding the outer layer, kind of what the doors are going to be. I can't remember. Do I actually make it that long? I think I actually do make it that long. It's a very large building, and I'm proud of it because I made this all in survival. I will be uploading a video of some funny moments that I had when we were on the realms playing. There was this great chicken heist, which is hilarious. You'll love it. I loved it. You'll love it. Now, as I'm building the outer walls, I'm like, I can't just put wood all on top of this. That'll look too flat. So I'm trying to debate how I'm going to be doing this as I'm filling in the ground. Luckily, I have the recordings, able to look down, and I get a better view of the product. And I'm like, how about we use wood for a nice little structure look, like it was built first. And I think I went to get more resources, again, in survival mode. I have to build stairs in the front in order to come across. And I use wooden kind of like outer boxes with a stone kind of like, I like to call it an icing topping because it kind of just right on top. Now as the wood comes down to set like the pillars and the structures, I realized I want to put, my only options are again mainly just wooden planks, oak planks, spruce, or whatever the other one is, dark I believe. And I'm like, well I don't have much of the other wood, and I only really have oak, but I don't want to make it flat. So I'm calculating this like, probably better if I make it look 3D by bringing in one. Kind of keep it a too thick wall. Here I'm trying to build in the ground as it comes up. And as you look at this product, I really like it. It really gives it that 3D look, keeps it all together. I'm going all the way around, adding all the structures I need to do. And as I'm building up, I'm like, I'm going to need more and more ladders. And hopefully I can get a cut of the ladders in the front. There I ended up going all the way to the top. And because I fall a lot, I already fell 4 times on that floor, I'm going to fall a bunch more. Luckily I have full diamond armor on, and I have a bucket of water in case I can catch myself. Now I'm trying to design this. So I want to make it more like a stacked cake kind of design, if you know what I'm talking about. If you ever watch the TV show Cake Boss, first off, love that show because I love cake. But they always talk about the designs of cakes, and I love the stacked cakes because it makes it look just taller and taller without making it look boring. It makes it kind of interesting. So right now I'm kind of building in a little bit by adding stairs. It's really hard to add stairs when you're kind of like on top of the block. You got like barely stand. Looks like I decided I'm going to be using some netherrack because I like the definition of the color. Can't keep everything here stone and wood or else it just looks boring. So I changed it to nether brick in order to add that kind of 3D look with the stairs, and then the fact that it's colored makes it look a little different. As I'm adding the oaks and going to the next layer, I'm like, how tall should I make this? If I make it too tall, this building's just going to get crazy. I end up actually trying to make a really tall building because there's a third stack on top. Now as it goes, the bottom layer has my spruce wood right now. The second layer is more like the dining hall for the workers. I'd like to make it kind of like realistic and roleplay with it. And the third floor is for the owners, people to sleep at. It's kind of like, for make sure they can sleep there, watch over it. It's kind of like a house at the same time. Now as I'm adding the second layer, I'm making sure I calculate the windows, make sure they have equal distance apart. It's really hard to do that because as I was building survival mode, I think I actually miscalculated in the front and have to go back and fix that later. I don't believe it's recorded because it's just a simple moving the door over or something. Now I really like this kind of window seal design I added for the windows. It kind of like makes it look 3D as the stairs and really gives it that definition. Not too much wood, not too much stone, not too much nether brick. It kind of makes it all equal and shared. See, now I'm adding the nether brick with the stone going inside of it. I really like how the stone goes inside the nether brick to really give it that kind of 3D look again. Really like that in Minecraft. A lot of people make their structures way too flat and way too boring. Now here I'm like, that's too tall. I can't make it this tall because again I got to make the ceiling come up a little bit. Now as I'm building up, I'm using all my nether brick, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up running out. Luckily, I decided, hey, if I'm gonna keep cutting every 20 minutes, I'm just going to go get my stuff and then come back and start building again. So every time there's a cut in the camera, I'm in a different location. Yeah, it makes it look cool, but it's also because of the timing thing. So again, I don't know how I'm going to work that in the future. Maybe I'll just keep it the same way so I can keep doing different angles to keep it not boring, just a constant transition. But it'll happen in time. And luckily, the next one will be built in creative mode, not survival anymore, so it'll be a lot easier. There's a cut, so they go down. And you can kind of see the ladder down there. I believe I might build the ladder in the back this time. I already broke it. I'm going to end up building a ladder in the front because it's a lot quicker. No, I didn't build a ladder in the back. I never did that. I actually cut the wood with an axe and just build it back up again. Oh, it starts to rain. I never had to use the command to turn off the rain and to bring it back on again. I do like nighttime, make sure my buildings look really bright, and luckily I'll be able to show you guys in the final kind of like sweep around the building how it looks as the finished product and how it looks at night. I made sure to add a lot of torches, there's fireplaces, a chimney. It looks great. Now as I'm building the next layer, I'm like, I need a floor, and I need to put more definition. No more oak. Let's add some spruce wood in here, keep that kind of light color. So I got one more stack to go. This will be the final stack. As I'm filling the wood, I believe I fell once, and you may see me come down or back out with a ton of arrows in my back because of the skeletons. I can't remember, but I fell down there, and because it's so dark down there, I had to fight some skeletons. And again, in the survival mode, I haven't died yet, so I was freaking out. I better not die today. So again, I'm just playing around building. The problem with building in survival is you can't really play around with your building. You have to like commit to something. That's why I drew it up, because in creative you can just place it, break it, try it out, see what works. And this one, if you place something, you can't really fix it that easily without having to break it, which takes time. You have to get the materials, which takes time. And then if like you can't just get a full 3D look at it. Again, I have this person flying around, but again, to keep going back between the cameras, and I didn't want to waste time doing that. Now I got the ladders to go up, and I'm building the final rooftop. Here I believe I did miscalculate, but I don't think I fixed it until the next recording. It should be a little off on accident, but it ends up fixing itself. Well, I ended up fixing it by myself. So I ended up using this upside down staircase in order to give it this kind of more like a mushroom kind of shape. As it comes over, it makes the top of the roof. Don't make it too flat and boring. I don't doing a lot of it. I kind of make the roof more steep here by adding slabs at the top. Now I'm just adding in the roof in order to make sure the people that live there don't get rained on. Don't like that. I don't want to like that if I live there. Now you can see the windows aren't that boring. They got 2 big ones on the side and 4 narrow ones. I did that to give a kind of difference in the bottom floor, which has 4 big windows, and this one now has 2 and 4 ones in the middle. I believe I do end up changing that because it just looks too weird. But actually, now that I'm looking back at it in the recording, I kind of wish I kept it this way. It makes it look unique. Now you see here I'm adding the slabs, give it that more flat kind of roof, because it's already got a lot of ramps, and I kind of make it come more at a steep angle and then come up and flatten up. So I'm now just adding all that nether brick. I'm running low on nether brick again, but I believe I should have enough to make the slabs I need. Because luckily you get, I believe like for 3 bricks you get like 6 slabs. I can't remember how much, but you get a good amount. If I needed more, I can just run and get some. Now I gotta add slabs for the top because the bricks wouldn't fit. As you see here, it has like, you know, the outer shell, kind of like a mushroom design, ramps up and flattens up the top. I like this because it keeps it very interesting and unique. And now I'm trying to design the windows. For this top window, I'm going to make 2 big ones. So it goes 4 smaller, medium windows, and then for this top one, it's 2 big ones. And then in the wood, I make different kind of windows there. As I come back down here to look at the front of the building, I have to design the front. I want to add enough wood and wooden planks to keep it kind of unique and complicated. Now I'm going in creative mode to add touch-up. I kind of say, I've already built like the main structure of the building, and now it's really hard to do the touch-up and make it look really pretty in survival mode. So I hop over to creative mode, and I'm like, I want to play around with this top. So I'm going to make it look different than the bottom, where it's not, you know, so flat and straight and like more like a triangle. This one looks more, I like to say like an oval, but only half of it. And as I finish up the left design, or the first window, the one on the left, I hop over to the one on the right, and I copy the same structure. I'm like, that looks really nice. And now that those two are finished copying over each other, I see those 4 small windows, and I really like it too much. I kind of want the bigger windows. Now as I fix that up, I get some trap doors and put those on the side to look like little shutters that you can close the doors with, so that the people sleeping up there, when it's chilly at night, they can easily close it and they don't get too cold. Now I'm adding some spruce wood, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to add this floor design. Because again, it's really hard to do floor and I would keep falling. Again, I did the top floor without falling, so I'm like, in creative mode, it's going to even be less fall damage, so of course I'll survive it. So I'm going to feel like I was cheating. And again, in future design, I'm going to be in creative mode, so it ends up not even matter that I did it all in survival mode. But I was really proud of how much I did in survival mode. Now start doing some touch up on the back to make sure it doesn't look like a boring flat oak wall. But I'm not going to show you guys that until part 2. This is the end of part 1. I'm flying around the building, get a nice little view of the finished product. I'll see you guys in part 2 of Let's Build a Lumber Mill. Thank you for watching.